How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. If you guys have, you guys know what to do. Smash the like button if you haven't already. And let's get into today's episode. So, at the end of last episode, we fought the Gaia Guardian, and we got ourselves some of the Gaia Spirits. And in between episodes, I went ahead and farmed up some more Nethers, and did some other things. Nethers. Withers, not Nethers. I've been programming all day, and so my brain, no worky. Anyway, and that was to make ourselves a dire crafting table. Now, it's also known as the extreme crafting table in the most recent version. However, because this pack uses an older version, it is called the dire crafting table. And those are just crystal matrices using nether stars and then diamond lattices as such. And then all surrounded crafting table, and then compressed, and a lot of crafting tables. So of course then we result with this big thing. So that's going to allow us to make the creative items we want to make. And those being the flux capacitor, energy cell, portable tank, and then lastly the infinite mana pool. The mana pool is probably going to be the hardest one to make, just because it requires us to have made the portable tank, which requires us to have made the energy cell. And a lot of this isn't going to be too hard. The Lumium, we can pretty much farm up a bunch of. This might be, the stuff from Steve's cards is a bit of a pain just because we have to go through all these steps, but again, not too terrible. The RTG fuel, that's really easy to get. And these are really, again, most of this is fairly easy and we've done before. I think probably the hardest part is just going to be farming up enough of the Draconium. So I'm going to want to try to figure out a better way to do that. And quantum solar panels, let's see. This doesn't look too bad, just a bunch of IC2 stuff. And then, okay, that's not too terrible either. Cool. So yeah, to make that shouldn't be too bad. And then the only difference between the energy cell and the flux capacitor is this one uses Wyvern flux capacitors, this one uses Awakened. I'm curious, is there a... It doesn't look like there is. What about... There is Draconium or Dimlet. Okay. So that actually might not be a bad idea. Perhaps we investigate trying to get that. Because then at the very least, if we can get a bunch of Draconium, we can make the Awakened Draconium just from the ritual. We'll have to figure out an automatic way, or better way to get more Dragon Hearts. Well, that shouldn't be too bad. Ow. Yeah, that I was wearing this armor. And I did also want to give an update on the reactor. So it looks like we have stabilized. Yeah, so it looks like it's self-sufficient now. I'll have to obviously monitor this to make sure that the output stays the same, but in theory, this number should more or less stay about the same. So let's see, does it? So one goes in, one comes out. It could be ever so slightly net negative. It looks like it might actually be net negative. Let's see, one goes in, two come out, 35, yeah. Okay, so it is probably net negative, but 17 stacks over, however many. So it's ever so slightly net negative. So that's not too terrible. I'm sure there's a better way we could set it up to increase the efficiency of that system, but As of right now, I'm happy with it. So some of the remaining things we have are, we want to look into the Eldritch to go to the Outer Lands, which is from Thaumcraft. I don't know if it has a thing in here. Monomicon, Eldritch. I don't know if... Ooh, there's advanced storage. Okay, we'll have to look into that. I don't know if it tells us anything else in here, if we're gonna have to look into it elsewhere. But I do want to go to the Outer Lands. That is just, it's not something we need to do, but it is something I want to do. I also need to look at upgrading the Blood Altar, which requires... Oh, let's see if I remember what it is. I think it's these crystal clusters, which we can technically make right now. But the problem is each one of these blocks eats 2 ingots, and each ingot eats 4. So we only have enough spear right now for 2 ingots, or 1 cluster. And I believe we need 4 for the tier 6 Blood Altar, which we do need. Okay. So I'm going to put in a cut here while I look and see if we want to do more Gaia farming, because I'll probably do that off camera, because the fight does take a minute to prepare and just do. And then, yeah, I think perhaps we'll do the tier 6 Blood Altar, because this shouldn't be too hard to get everything for, right? I don't know how we get these soul shards and life shards, but I'm sure we could figure that out. Then, let's see, Null Catalyst. I think we need the Null Catalyst anyway for the... for this, right? Yeah, we need Null Catalyst, ingots. All the slates are just power. All the runes shouldn't be that hard. I believe most of them are just combining other runes, right? Yeah. Yeah, most of them are just either a combining of a rune. Ooh, and we're also going to need crystal clusters for it anyway, yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and farm up the Gaia Guardian a little bit. I'm going to have to figure out how many things we're going to need. I'm also going to look into the tier 2 version of fighting the Gaia Guardian. I'll maybe make another episode of us fighting it, but we'll fight the tier 2 version. But that won't be today. We need to figure out how we get these pearls too. Alright, I'm gonna get a couple things set up and do a little bit of farming, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I didn't farm anything from the Gaia side of what we need. However, I think we're going to look into doing dimwits today, because we need, we have a bunch now fully stockpiled, so let's just grab a couple stacks. And then B, we're going to need a lot of zirconium, and sure, I could go mine it all by hand, but I don't want to do that. So we're going to go through, we're going to set this up. Now, this is quite slow. I don't want to sit here and do this for however long this is going to take, so let's speed this up a little bit. So let's see. I'm going to need, I don't know, 2 item ducts. We're going to need 2 servos. And technically, actually, we could connect to the storage system. Or we could even go in and chain. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just do this the lazy way. So I think, yeah, I think we can just do. Let's see. Give me this. Just because we're looking for rarity 6, if I remember correctly, for what we need. So actually just throw these dimwits in there for now. I need a chest. Take an iron chest. Yep. So then we can put that there. I'm gonna break that facade. Count. So that's gonna just pull out. So should pull out, right? Yep. And then I'm also going to need one to put them into it. So let's go ahead and take all these things out. Cool. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so then... Can't read it a second time, okay. So we're gonna have to set up some item filters, so let's grab some dimlets. So we want only that. Oh. Okay. There we go. And then let's go ahead and throw one of those up there. Throw on a cable facade. And then chuck the rest of this in. And I actually want to change this. Yeah, just because this is going to fill up pretty quickly. So let's go to change that as well. So throw in all those. Grab up any of the other dimlets. Pretty much any of the crappy ones that are really low rarity we're not going to care about. We're mainly looking for like tier 6 or rarity 6. So it might take us a minute to find some rarity 6s. And then from there we should be able to construct the thing we need. So now that we have this little dimlet thing set up, we should just be able to take, I don't know, a bunch of dimlets like that, throw them in here. And then that should go through and process them. So I'm going to go ahead and let this do that. And then while that's doing that thing, I want to also go ahead and look at going to the outer lands. So we're going to need Eldritch Eyes. So we got 4 of them. And so then I believe we need to go to one of the obelisks that are around. So I'm going to go to one. Well, this is doing its thing. And I will meet you guys there. See you guys in a sec. Alright, and we are back. So, I had to do quite a lot of hunting for a few things. Number one, I had to make a new wand because we need 100 viz in order to complete this ritual. Now, hopefully, I know what I'm doing. Probably not. How fun there's a zombie hitting us. Go away. Alright. Go away. Okay, let's go up here in the tree for a second. So let's go ahead and new waypoint. Outer lands. Let's turn it off so it's not constantly there. So then I believe we just do. I thought there was a way we do this. Let's see. Place 4 Eldritch Eyes in the center. Oh, like that. Okay. To infuse this, like keystone. Well, there's the Guardian. Go away. I would like it if the mobs would stop hitting me. That'd be great. Go away. Cool. Let's see. So we need to hold sufficient viz. Stab it. Can a man just read? Okay. So to infuse Primal Viz into the node, you must use a wand, which we have. We have on the keystone beneath the node. Right. 100. We have 100 of all of them. Is it like... That's the altar. Those are capstones. I don't see a keystone unless... No, it's nothing special. Huh. It's very anticlimactic. I feel like I usually do this when I'm doing these things. Node will transfer. Oh, upon further inspection, um, we need more research. We need a lot more research in the land of the Eldritch. Also, you're probably wondering, why are we at a different obelisk? That is because I accidentally, when I was mining, I was thinking, oh, well, maybe it's like something below. I pulled my hammer out and mined this thing, and everything went boom. So we had to go get more eyes. Well, now we have a portal primed, and technically we have everything to do it. We just don't have the research to do it because Thaumcraft kind of is a bit of a gatekeeper when it comes to doing things. You have to do them in the order it tells you. You can't just go jumping around, which kind of sucks. So unfortunately, on that note, we got a new wand, so I guess that was today's focus. Um, but yeah, we didn't get what I wanted to get done. Ooh, but before we have that, ah, button, there. Where are we relative to? Okay, so let's go ahead and make. We don't need that one. New Outer Lands port. Okay, we'll save that. Toggle that one off. Where's the base? Somewhere. It should be close. No, it's way down here. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I was going to say, let's fly there and check out the dimlets, but that's a little bit too far away. So, unfortunately, we're going to call it here. So we got a new wand. Yay. But yeah, so in between episodes, I'm going to get the research done, so that way at the start of next episode, we can do Outer Lands. And then, yeah, we'll do Outer Lands, then probably, hopefully, fight more Gaia Guardians. That'll probably be next episode. And then we'll go from there. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing, as it really does help with the channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down below. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.